Welcome to Beyond Polarity. Today, I wanted to talk about forgiveness and why this is actually important. Most people believe in holding grudges and making it a point to let people know that they're mad and they're angry. When you're holding a grudge, you're basically giving your power away. It's like taking the poison and waiting for the other person to die. No matter what horrible thing they've done to you that you think they owe you for, they don't give a fuck. They're not concerned with it. They moved on. You don't exist to them. When somebody's done something to you, you'll find that a lot of times they'll add insult to injury by talking shit about you and how you caused them to do that thing. This is because everybody thinks they're the good guy. The person that betrayed you, the people that betrayed you aren't even thinking about you. See, you have this idea that they are somewhere and they can see your life. They can see how much you hate them. And they're thinking to themselves, wow, I really hurt that person. I feel really bad. No. So what essentially ends up happening when two people are arguing, when you're aggressive about winning, they don't even get close to settling a problem. Essentially what they'll do is they'll play the blame game. They will sit there and argue about whose fault it is. This is a win-lose situation. Somebody has to win the argument by casting blame, and somebody has to lose the argument by accepting blame. This is just not going to happen because no one's going to accept blame because both parties think they're the good guys. Let's get something straight. There's no winning an argument. Because both of you guys think you're the good guy, you're just going to go in circles. And instead of actually addressing the problem or fixing anything, you're going to continue to blame back and forth ad nauseum. So let's throw out a theoretical outcome. Let's say that you're aggressively arguing, and in spite of all odds, the other person says, you're right, it was all my fault. I did this and I did this and I wronged you and you're so right. Now what? Do you even know what to do? Do you even know where to take the discussion from here? If something like that actually happens, chances are that the person will just resent you for taking away their win. They weren't ready to face that they were a horrible person. Even though you won the argument, you've actually lost the war. So how do you handle an argument? Well, you don't make it an argument because arguments are not winnable. You make it a conversation, a fair conversation. You learn how to take personal responsibility. You have the emotional acuity to see that, hey, you know what? They have some legitimate things to say. And instead of becoming defensive immediately, just sit there and listen. Take it in because this is their perception. It might be completely fucked up. It might be completely wrong. It might be delusional. But take it in, because without empathy, without you being able to see what they see, you'll never force them to see what you see. If somebody is acting sketchy, or we want to prevent any weird shit from happening, communication. And I don't mean communicate as in needy fucking bullshit. I'm talking about if something is bugging you, instead of blowing it off and then going to bitch to a friend about it, be an adult. When the seeds of resentment are sown, yank them out the second they hit the ground, because they're just going to become justification for somebody to fuck you without any conscience about it. As far as forgiveness is concerned, if you are dealing with something after the fact, it's absolutely imperative that you forgive that person. Not for them, but for yourself. Holding on to resentment is swallowing the poison and waiting for the other person to die. You're making yourself sick. And it's not going to change anything. It's not going to turn back time. It's not going to do anything but make your world smaller. You forgive them for yourself. Forgiveness is really a way of letting go of things that no longer serve you. So somebody has betrayed you. They no longer serve you. They have proven themselves unworthy to be in your life. And that's a shame. You might have had some good times, and there's no need to wipe your ass with those good times. They were what they were. But now you let them go. You let the resentment go, and you move on with your life. wish them well. Because I don't think anybody out there truly, genuinely in their heart wishes ill on anybody. I've been in a situation many, many, many times where I hated somebody so much for what they did to me. Their life went into the shitter. Some people died. Some people got very hurt on their downward spiraling path. And I don't relish the fact that they got fucked. In fact, at this point in my life, I tend to wish everybody well, and I take no pleasure in seeing anybody go downhill. This is what is eventually going to happen to anybody that plays crooked, to anybody that doesn't have the empathy to care about you the way you care about them. If you're one of these people, I really suggest that you start putting yourself in other people's shoes. If you already have the ability and you already practice empathy, don't ill wish on anybody. You're making yourself sick. And when that person does go down in flames, and they often do, I promise you, you will not feel the satisfaction that you think you'll feel. For the most part, people are like dogs, so once they bite you, they need to go. They've taught you what they need to teach you. You need to learn the lesson. Holding the grudge isn't learning the lesson. Letting go of the grudge and then processing what you learned from that person. That's the lesson. I hope all that stuff made sense. Please subscribe, like, comment, and let me know any questions that you might have. I will, of course, try to get back to you in a timely manner. Beyond Polarity, Vlad B. Take care.